Right after that whole ordeal, Aryan Khan and many of the co-accused went through post a charge sheet that was laid out. In fact, allegations that were laid out. Here is the NCB that comes out to say many of those allegations were not true. 7 big revelations here to take you through. But precisely what that report really says by the NCB says that the probe officer who carried out the investigation into the Aryan Khan case could have been motivated only to implicate Aryan Khan. The procedure to seize the mobile was not followed in the first place. Moreover, that report further says by the NCB, which in fact has given Aryan Khan and 5 others clean chit, has also said further that no seizure memo for Aryan's phone. They were not done as per protocols. A certain set of protocols needs to be followed by any investigating officer when they arrest and investigate into a matter, and those protocols were fully defied. No drugs recovered from Aryan Khan and those 5 others who were arrested. Of course, this also a big reason to why clean chit was given to Aryan Khan and 5 others. No medical examination, lack of sufficient evidence is what the NCB officer says very clearly, saying that there is lack of sufficient evidence to really implicate Aryan Khan and the 5 others who've been let off on a clean chit, saying that there was really nothing that could be probed into. When there is nothing, how can we implicate someone? How can we accuse someone of being guilty? Here, NCB further saying that Aryan Khan asked others not to carry drugs. In fact, the NCB further giving Aryan Khan a full clean chit, saying that Aryan Khan was a man who showed some kind of moral responsibility, also told his friends very clearly not to carry drugs. The other 5 accused who were also arrested and now have been given a clean chit, all of them, a bunch of them in fact, were owners and organizers of that event company. In fact, all right, let me quickly cut across to a full timeline of this case. Here's a big relief for Shah Rukh Khan's son, Aryan Khan. Undoubtedly, the Narcotics Control Bureau has been given a clean chit in this drug bust case. The NCB says there is no evidence against Bollywood superstar's son, Aryan Khan, and 5 others who were booked in this case but now been let off on a clean note. The Home Ministry has also asked the competent authority to take a look into Sameer Wankede's shoddy investigation into this entire case, saying that this could have been Wankede's conspiracy to lay out quite a plot to trap some of the accused in the case here, including Aryan Khan, who's now out free.
Shah Rukh Khan's son Aryan Khan gets a clean chit in the Cordelia cruise ship drug scandal that rocked the country last year. The Special Investigation Team of the Narcotics Control Bureau on Friday filed a 6,000-page charge sheet in a Mumbai NDPS court. While 14 people are charged, Aryan and 5 others are let off. The NCB says Aryan, who spent 26 days in jail as part of the investigation, was never in possession of drugs and there is no evidence he consumed any.
We found in our investigation that his friend stated in his own statement that the drug that he was carrying was not meant for Aryan. So the basic premise that a drug that was found on his friend was is baseless or fallacious.
The SIT has elaborated why a case was not made out against Aryan. Aryan did not undergo any medical test. His WhatsApp chats were not related to the case. Aryan did not take any drugs and dissuaded others from doing so. Sources also say that NCB did not find any evidence that linked Aryan with any international drug trafficking network. Several questions have cropped up after the NCB's U-turn. First, what proof did Narcos claim to have that they don't now have? Second, can action be taken against Narcos for Aryan chat leaks? And last, will Shah Rukh's family demand action against the Narcotics Control Bureau? For SRK and family, Aryan's clean chit comes on a special day. It is Shah Rukh Khan's son Abram's 9th birthday. Aryan was arrested in the Mumbai cruise drugs case on October 2nd. After several court hearings and lots of drama, the Bombay High Court granted him bail on October 28th. Aryan walked out of jail on October 30th.
Cordelia drug cruise case went on to become the most high-profile drug case of the country as Aryan Khan was arrested in it. But when the charge sheets are filed, no charge is seen against Aryan Khan, which reflects badly on the anti-drug agencies and their work done, because it puts them in bad light, saying if the most high-profile case was done without evidence, how many such other cases have been done by the agency? With cameraman Sahil Chavan, Mustafa Sheikh for India Today.
All right, I'm going to quickly cut across to two of our guests joining us. We have Gopalji Anand, who is the owner of Namaskre, Samir Sehgal, who is also the co-owner of Namaskre. Namaskre is the event company that organized this party on that Cordelia cruise ship. And we do know that event company came under a lot of fire for allegedly organizing a drugs party on that cruise ship. Thank you very much for joining us. Gopalji and Samir, both of you are now on a clean chit. Both of you all were also booked in the case. You all are out on a clean chit. The NCB says no incriminating evidence to pursue a case against any of you, including Aryan Khan. So this must have come as huge harassment, embarrassment, and at this point, since you all are out, what is it that you want to say? We hear that you are furious with the way this investigation was carried out, and you want to speak your mind. Gopalji, you first.
Right. First of all, I would want to thank the SIT team that did this investigation in a very thorough and a proper manner, which I think is very clear now. Initially wasn't the case when the Mumbai team was doing it. But yes, we are very happy to be out now, like completely out of the case. And we were never, like, we couldn't even imagine in the wildest of our dreams that, we will be implicated in a case like this.
No, I mean, at this point, we know that the Narcotics Control Bureau were keeping a close watch on this case. And while the NCB further probes into it, they say that a bunch of them who've got a clean chit did not have drugs on them. But on that Cordelia cruise ship itself, we hear that there was rampant usage of drugs on that ship, and the needle was pointing straight at the events company, saying the events company encouraged drugs within the premises of that Cordelia cruise ship, and it was a drugs party that was organized by Namaskre. How would you clear those allegations?
No, ma'am, it was never a drugs party which was organized on the cruise. It was neither us nor the cruise. Right, and all these contrabands which were found, they were all already got. The NCB team got it at the port itself. And then, see, the first thing that you need to realize, it's an international port, right? The security is completely with the CISF. They are probably the most trained people to be carrying out searches like this, right? And then on top of that, on the cruise itself, the entire security is, as per the maritime law, is with the captain of the cruise. So if we don't have any access or control over the security, how do you expect us to be like controlling all these things, number one? And we are never into this, as I said earlier as well. We couldn't have even imagined in the wildest of our dreams that, we can be implicated into something like this. We are just a bunch of passionate people who really love partying and have the passion to be organizing some very good events in the country. And that is what the whole idea of Namaskre is on the first place.
You know, Samir Sehgal, you are also yourself, you were booked in the case and then now you're out on a clean chit. It must be a huge relief for you and people like Aryan Khan. We know the kind of trauma and torture that Shah Rukh Khan's family had to go through. I'm sure your family had to go through the same. Do you feel this was a plot to or a conspiracy to defame you or the company or Aryan Khan itself? How would you look at the investigation of this case, which the Narcotics Control Bureau today deems as flawed?
Well, since we already know that Mr. Samir Wankre is already under a lot of investigations in different cases, so I think we would not want to comment on this as of right now and let the investigation take its due course of time.
Right. Samir, the question was to you.
Slowly and steadily, as in this case, that we are sure that the truth will prevail.
Gopalji, for the moment, my question to Samir. Samir, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, Samir, the same question goes to you. The trauma must have been unbearable. We know that you are out on a clean sheet yourself. You were also booked. And as an event organizer, I'm sure the kind of, the the kind of allegations that have been leveled against Namaskar as an events company, which is well known across India, today seems to be, colored with all these allegations and people accusing it of organizing a drugs party on that cruise ship. So the needle is pointed at you, not on Cordelia cruise ship, not on the people who are on that party, but on that events team itself who organized this alleged drugs party. As you get your clean sheet, how would you receive this piece of news?
See, like Mr. Gopalji also said, we would sincerely like to thank the SIT team for their efforts and to get to the bottom of this and realize where all of this actually went south and where it went wrong. And second of all, we're not a party that promotes drugs. We are not a party that promotes any kind of contraband or other kind of substances or abusers of them. We are arts and musical experience that just is looking to provide international level of music experiences to the Indian audience. We have a very good crowd control policy in our parties. We try and make sure that we only get the right kind of crowd to be coming for our festivals. And the investigation that went through had a lot of flaws in it in the beginning, which have completely been cleared out today. Yes, it's a big relief for all of us to be out and to know that what we knew already, that we are not at fault and we've not done anything illegal or against the law, to come out to the public.
I'm sure that you must be relieved, but at the end of it, the visuals that we saw, in fact, I'd like my panel director to play up those visuals of that cruise party itself. We saw that guests at that party certainly looked like they were on contrabands. How do you think that happened, Gopalji? Because we know that the officials who raided the cruise ship did find some amount of drugs on that ship.
I would love to see those videos that you're talking about, because I really fail to understand that where are these videos coming from. We never happened to see it. I was there on the cruise myself, and initially some people of your fraternity from the media, they said that Gopalji Anand Bhagoda, he's absconding.